Morning guys, thanks for joining me on another episode of Jack's Mechanics. Today we are looking at a Renault Trafic van. It's this 2014 model, 2 litre M9R. Pretty sure this will be the same engine as in the Nissan X diesels and stuff like that. So customer is complaining about, well, he said a boost sensor issue, so maybe he's got a scan tool, maybe it's in limp mode or a turbo code. So yeah, 305,000 Ks. We've never seen this car before, so let's get into it. Haven't popped the bonnet yet. I've just got up the scan tool. So we'll go through it together and see if we can figure this one out. Turbocharging circuit. Don't really care for the brake signal. I haven't even driven it. Boost pressure bar 3.33. Is that, what are we? That sounds like it might be a bit low already. I mean, we want to be, how much bar? 100 kPa. Can't think of that off the top of my head right now, what the actual bar is going to be. Pretty sure that's low. We should have our barometric pressure the same reading as our boost pressure right now with the key on. I'll just do a conversion on Google because I can't think at the moment. Okay, so it's 1:1 basically. So this is reading high. This should just be about 1 bar. Yeah, that makes sense, 1 bar. Jesus. Anyway, we'll move on. I think there was a code for a brake switch. They seem to be working at the moment. We'll just start her up and see what happens. Do have the engine light and a check emission light, check emission warning, boost pressure. So yeah, we should probably want to be seeing that at around 1 bar with key on, engine off, because essentially there's only atmospheric pressure in the intake at that point. So it should mirror atmospheric pressure. Let's go into OBD and just have a look what's going on, see if we can get any sort of code description or anything, unless it's just complaining about that sensor. Jesus Christ, this thing's slow sometimes. Trouble codes. Okay, so system performance code. Hey. Yes. Apologies, that was taking a long time. So in the freeze frame again, engine speed nearly 2000 RPM, airflow is 40, intake map is a bit low, especially when we're looking at our calculated load value and our vehicle speed. Fuel pressure is a bit low, so maybe this is acceptable for the fuel pressure. Maybe we're not too sure actually. If we've got 100% load, you would think that we're going up a hill or trying to open it wide open. I can't picture what's going on here at the moment, because this sort of tells me idle-ish, no accelerator. Same with this, but this tells me otherwise. So does this. So we'll go into the data. We'll probably end up taking it for a drive. Yeah, so they've been clearing the codes. Alright, let's just start it up. A desired boost pressure would be nice. Intake map does look a bit low. When it's running, probably should expect some change. We'll just take it for a drive and see what happens here. Righto, so we had a bit of a test drive and had a few issues at these points, 1, 2 and 3, where our airflow is trying to increase. If you go over there, it's only gone to 82 grams of airflow. Boost is hardly coming up. Same again here, and it's the same again here, where these other pools, you can see, apologies, anything, yeah, pool here is making good boost, and then here it sort of starts to drop off, and it wasn't making boost. No smoke or anything out the back, literally just no boost. So we know what we're going for. We've managed to confirm the customer's issue. So we'll go into the engine bay and we'll just have a nosy. So just having a look, and I'm not sure exactly. Got an intercooler here. Whether that is the boost sensor or not, I would. So yeah, not sure exactly what that is, but I don't really like the look of that. What does that say on there? I'm not too sure exactly what that one is at the moment. Not a whole heap of room in this, so there's a sensor there. I'll try and eyeball the actual boost sensor. Maybe I need to pull something off, and I'll get you back. Righto, so I pulled the airbox off. We've got a turbo actuator at the back onto the rod that adjusts the wastegate by the looks of things. That vacuum hose that you can see in the middle there runs down underneath. I'll give that a little tug. You can see that running through, hopefully. Yep, so definitely on the right one there. That's this one. Follow it up along. So we've got our turbo actuator here. So it looks like this is, the other side is probably a constant vacuum. So the lower side is probably a constant vacuum, and the upper side is the outlet control to the turbo, and then the turbo solenoid is pulse width modulated, controlled by the engine computer. So that's not the boost sensor, that's the control solenoid. The boost sensor itself, yet to confirm if it is that or not. It might be. Can't really see anything else on there at the moment, so maybe what I'll do, I might clamp that off this line and see if I can get a change on the boost reading to confirm that. So yeah, we'll do that. So just looking, got the car running, gonna look at our intake map. That taped up sensor obviously is not that nice, so I'm gonna just pull one of those wires out and see if I can get this, just to try, I'm just trying to confirm if we're on the right sensor. I did clamp that line and nothing changed. Plus our intake map is pretty low again at the moment. Well, not low, I guess normal. Can't feel that doing anything at the moment. We'll just stop this, pull this off. So the top one has some vacuum. Sorry, so the top one is the vacuum port, and the bottom one looks like it goes to the turbo. So I'll just put, I just really want to confirm whether that's the boost pressure sensor or not. I might just join those two up. I'll just join those two up and then see as well. I'll do a couple quick checks here. So I just got them joined up, and I just wanted to check the actuator. I'm going to disconnect the actuator. You can see that move. I'll put it back on. It's a bit difficult one-handed. So the actuator can move pretty freely. I'll put that, when I put that on, it did increase the map a little bit. So yeah, again, I just want to confirm that sensor. I'm just going to disconnect that one and see what happens. Well, pulling on this middle wire, obviously not ideal. Intake map has gone to 255, so it's definitely our intake map sensor. We obviously have got an issue with this one at the moment. So yes, this is our map sensor. This is not ideal. We'll just fix that up and put it back together. Not sure if this is the fix at the moment, but obviously not great. Righto, so the sensor connector is very hard to find. It comes apart of the whole wiring harness. There's nothing aftermarket, nothing genuine. So generally it's a good idea to sort of double cut and then fold it over, so you get a better crimp. And then we're just going to put those crimps back on, some new crimps, and put our sensor back on, get the sensor reading properly. Or if it was, you know, that was still not amazing, that connection. So we'll do that, and then we've still got our piece teed over, and we'll take it for a drive and see how it reacts. If it's much better, then we'll look at our boost control.
So quite a few drives here. Pause this. Sorry, I had it paused. So as you can see, we can just use sort of fuel pressure as where we're going wide open, because we don't have a airflow sensor anymore. Also vehicle speed, max fuel pressure, max boost pressure, high boost pressure, high boost pressure, high boost pressure. Car pulls like a train. So I think it's pretty safe to say that, you know, it's capable of producing boost, and then the vacuum to the solenoid is okay, and maybe we're looking at a solenoid issue. So we'll plug it back in as factory now that our map sensor, we're confident with the reading and like the connector and that, and we'll tee it back up as per factory, and have a look at the control of the sensor itself. So we just got the scope set up. You can see the red trace is our battery voltage on the control for the solenoid, and the blue trace is the control for the solenoid pulse width modulated ground, and the yellow is the sensor signal. So as we bring the RPM up and boost increase, obviously our yellow trace increases, and so does our PWM ground. So I've also got the scanner down the bottom there, going to be looking at boost, and then when we have a low boost, we should be able to capture it anyway, because well, our boost at the moment is, you know, 1.8 ish volts. We should see our blue trace essentially go full control, and the yellow trace stay low. So yeah, let's go for a drive. So it's a little bit hard for me to show the scope and the scanner and drive and record at the same time, but here we had a low boost issue. You can see that down the bottom there, obviously 1.8, 1.9 volts on the boost sensor, and up the top on the blue trace, it's pretty wide. On the control side of things, we still have our power feed, and the on this capture here, unfortunately, it looks like my connection has come out of the boost sensor, but essentially this is at idle. So I just wanted to show you a comparison of the control side. If you look how narrow it is, and then we go back, if we just get rid of this, we go back, really thick, you know, it's, you know, doubled its duty cycle to try and control that, and it's making no boost at all. So these are just some screenshots. So we're going to order a boost control solenoid for this thing. We're going to put that in and see where we go. See where we're at. That should fix this car though. But I'll give them a call first and a price, and go from there. So we're back. It's a couple of days later. Hooked back up. Yes, this should be on battery ground, but we don't have a battery in here, and my lead's not long enough. Got them stacked, that's fine. Got a new valve sitting just in there at the moment, and still hooked in down the bottom there on both power and ground control, and then on our signal wire here on the boost sensor. So we'll drop the bonnet, we'll take it for a drive, and see what we've got going on. So same as before, power feed on the red one, blue is the control, and the yellow is the boost. So we can see that that's increasing nicely there. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I've just put a low pass filter on the yellow trace just to make it a bit clearer. So we'll take it for a drive and make sure it's all okay. So everything looks good, guys, and I'll just show you a couple of captures. So still learning to use this Pico. Not too sure why the boost sensor is actually looking like that ramped effect, sawtooth sort of effect, but essentially look at how narrow it is here. We're pretty low on boost. the actual idle slash barometric reading is around 1.5, and I can show you that in a sec. But you can see how wide it is up the top here now, the blue trace, and where, oh sorry, I held on that too much, where the boost is hitting 3.5 volts. And as you see, it goes narrow again and it starts to drop off. So down the bottom again there, it's at idle, and we start to sort of accelerate as the boost comes up. So I'll just start the scope. You can see down the bottom that it's, you know, pretty low on boost, and the control is very close. So if I bring the revs up, so I hope that makes sense. Yeah, not sure why the yellow trace looks up and down like that. Still getting to use the scope, learning to use the scope. But anyway, that's a Renault Trafic with low power. Ends up being the boost control solenoid is the issue. So thanks for watching, guys. If you learned something, please consider liking and subscribing, and we'll catch you at the next one. Take care.